big hello to all my young friends from Tiny Tot Tales. We have a cute little princess all the way from Dubai with a story request. Over to you, Zahabia.
Hi, I'm Zahabia. But please can you read me this Red Riding Hood and please and the I'm 3 years old.
You know, when I was a little girl, I used to dress up just like Little Red Riding Hood with a long red cape. It was the best part of my wardrobe. Presenting the beautiful red cape with Little Red Riding Hood in it. Are we ready? Let's go. Once upon a time, there was a pretty little girl. Her grandmother had made her a beautiful cape with a little red hood. She liked it so much and wore it so often that people started calling her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother told her to take some cake, some fruits, and a bottle of grape juice to her grandmama who was ill. Don't stop for anything on the way. Don't talk to strangers. And don't return home late, her mother advised. Little Red Riding Hood set off with the basket happily. In the middle of the forest, she saw some flowers. They were so beautiful that Little Red Riding Hood forgot her mother's words and stopped to pick some of them for her grandmama. Just then, a crafty wolf appeared and greeted Little Red Riding Hood with a smile. "Hello, my dear. Where are you going with that big basket?" Little Red Riding Hood replied thoughtlessly, "I'm taking some fruits, a cake, and a bottle of grape juice to my grandmama who is ill." The wolf continued, "Oh, the poor lady. But where is your grandmother's house?" Little Red Riding Hood wasn't aware of the crafty wolf's plan, so she answered, "Her house is near the 3 oaks over there." The wolf smiled slyly and hurriedly said goodbye. Right away, the wolf's wicked plan began. He rushed to the grandmama's house and rang the bell. "Ding dong, ding dong." "Who is it?" shouted grandmama. Imitating Little Red Riding Hood's voice, the wolf said, "It's Little Red Riding Hood. I've come to visit you, grandmama." "Lift the latch and come in, my dear," said the grandmama. The wolf lifted the latch, opened the door, rushed inside, and ate up the grandmother. Next, he put on her nightdress, nightcap, and glasses, got into her bed, pulled the blanket up to his chin. When Little Red Riding Hood arrived at her grandmother's house, she rang the bell and called out, "Open the door, grandmama. It's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I brought you some food and some pretty flowers." Imitating grandmother's voice, the wolf replied from the bed, "The door isn't locked. Come in, my dear." Little Red Riding Hood walked up to grandmama's bed. Surprised at how different her grandmother looked, she cried, "What big ears you have, grandmama!" "All the better to hear you with, my dear," replied the wolf. "And what big eyes you have, grandmama!" Little Red Riding Hood cried in wonder. "All the better to see you with, my dear," said the wolf. And what big mouth and what big teeth you have!" Little Red Riding Hood gasped. "All the better to eat you with!" roared the wolf. Then, jumping out of the bed, he gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood too. Full from having eaten so much, the wolf stretched out on the bed and fell asleep happily. At that very moment, a hunter came hunting animals in the forest. He happened to pass by the house and heard the sound of snoring coming from Grandmama's house. Wondering who it was, he opened the door slightly and saw the wolf sleeping soundly on Grandmother's bed. His belly looked much bigger than usual. The hunter thought the wolf must have eaten the grandmother. So he cut open the wicked wolf's stomach with a pair of big scissors. And lo! Out popped Little Red Riding Hood and out popped the grandmama, both of them safe and sound. Grandmama and Little Red Riding Hood helped the hunter to put lots of stones into the wolf's belly. Then Grandmama sewed it up with a needle and some thread. At dusk, the big bellied wolf woke up and hurried out of the house. Unfortunately, the stones in his belly were so heavy that the wicked wolf lost his balance. Down he fell a steep hill and died. Grandmama and Little Red Riding Hood thanked the hunter for rescuing them on time. That evening, the grandmother ate the cake and drank the grape juice prepared by Little Red Riding Hood's mother. That day, Little Red Riding Hood promised herself that she would always obey her mother and would never talk to strangers again. That was a lovely walk down memory lane. Don't you agree that the cape is awesome? Shop for it, girls, as soon as winter is here. From Tiny Tot Tales, till next time, toodles everyone! If you enjoyed listening to this story, please like and subscribe to Tiny Tot Tales. If you have any story requests, please send an audio or a visual clip to our email given in the description below. Thank you.